Hi guys, so currently I'm just sitting outside enjoying the sunlight, and maybe I'll do some grounding because I like art and I love to ground. I like to write poetry. I wrote a poem for someone who I have a crush on, and I'll tell a story about that another time. But for right now, I want to talk about this group project that I had last semester, and it fucking sucked. Like, I had my own shit that I was worried about versus worrying about somebody else's problems and somebody else's bullshit. It just was something extra that I did not want to be a part of, and that's why I hated that professor. I don't really hate her exactly. It's just that I didn't like the fact that she put me in an awkward position, in a position that I didn't want to be a part of. And she damn well knew it. Even I cringed when she said the word group project. And everybody, including my friends, I don't know about the twins, they hate group projects. And I even watched a video about college, and I watched a few videos to prepare me for the next semester, because I always do that. I watch videos before I do something or how to do something. They're called, I think, DIYs, and just videos about life lessons. Or I watch like the body cam videos of police officers and all that, because my major is criminal justice. I keep talking about my major, but like, really, I should make more videos outside. I did some ASMRs outside, but in all fairness, fuck group projects. And I even told a couple of my friends about it, because, be honest with you guys, and there's a plane coming by. In all fairness, fuck group projects. And my friend said, that's fair. And he understood exactly where I'm coming from, because, like, listen, y'all, you'd be lucky to make a friend out of that whole group project. I saw some skinny ass fucking bitch. Well, I'm a skinny bitch. I saw her walking with some girl from my psych class. I've never seen her with her before. But the minute that they got in the group project, they started talking. Maybe they knew each other from high school. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Whatever. It's not my business. But I saw them walking. I saw them talking after the group project. They were lucky, and I guess they became friends. Good for them. But that little ass hoe, she made a comment to me. She wasn't even in my group project. This is what happened. Cause I sat in this girl's spot, cause in college, nobody cares where you sit. It depends on the professor. But in that class, she didn't care where anybody sat. I had my own spot, and that day, somebody else was sitting in my spot. And I was gonna bitch about it, but I decided, you know what? It's not worth the aggravation arguing about where people sit. In all fairness. And then this little ass skinny ass hoe said, well, usually Ellie sits there. And I said, who gives a shit? Tough shit, I sit here next to you. Tough shit. And then she said, well, you don't shut up the majority of class. And then I sat there, suppressed, like what I usually do. That's my hang up, is I suppress until I can't stand it anymore, and then I explode. I even exploded at my friend. I keep touching my hair because, well, it's wet, because I took a shower. I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna eat today, I'm gonna take a shower because I have work tomorrow. So I don't want to go to work, like my nonna says, looking like a grease mug. Because I had a few times last semester, because I was tired, I wanted to sleep in. Tough shit that I go to work and not shower that day, even though I showered the day before. And then my hair gets greasy easily. Because I found out what I was doing wrong was I was using cream rinse and leave-in conditioner. We found out that it's one or the other. She said, well, you wouldn't shut up the majority of class. I barely said 2 words in that class, and then she said I wouldn't shut up. And I said, okay, I didn't need that extra toxicity. I didn't need that little bit of poison injected me. Like, I already deal with enough at home. I didn't need anything extra from fucking school. So I sat there, waited. I closed my eyes, trying to ignore it. Then I got the fuck up and stormed out of that class. I decided, you know what? I better walk away before I do something that I might regret. So I just walked away and just sat in one of the buildings. Actually, what I did was I went outside to exercise to just, I guess, burn off some steam rather than, like, I don't know, do something I didn't want to do. I didn't go and get coffee. Actually, I did. I got coffee later because the vending machine was working that day. I exercised, and then I actually pulled up a few pictures of my dad and just started crying and thinking about all the memories. That girl made me fucking cry. All over that little comment. One comment just ruined my day. If you disrupt somebody's day on purpose, you're just a fucking tool, really. What that girl did, she was a fucking tool. And I never forgot about her. Even like the vibe she was giving off. I knew she didn't like me. Well, fuck her, up hers. And I even gave her a compliment one day. And I said, I really liked your journal. Where did you get it? She said, a yard sale. Like, really nasty to me. Whatever. She doesn't like me. I don't like her. All over because I said, can I sit here? Big fucking deal, because I wanted to sit in somebody's spot. Like, that bitch could have moved to a different spot. There's no names on the chairs. It's not kindergarten. There's no assigned seats. It's college. What part of that doesn't she or anybody understand? Really, what part of that don't people understand? So, anyways, getting back to the group project, nobody was following directions. Nobody knew what they were doing. And I knew because I read all the directions what to do. But my Nonna told me, and that woman, she sometimes gets the best advice. Sometimes she doesn't. But she gave me the best advice for that group project. I didn't decide to take charge because of it. We ended up getting a 0 out of 50 anyway because nobody did any work. And I didn't come to like half the meetings because I didn't care. They disrespected me because I felt like they didn't take me seriously. They didn't take anything I said seriously. And I doubt that they used any of my articles. And I forgot what Ellie said that was so downright disrespectful to me. I'm name dropping. I don't care. I really don't friggin' care. As long as you don't drop the last name, I don't care. Because Ellie is a very common name. Molly is a very common name. All these names are very common. Allison is not really common with one L. That is not a common name. But it's a biblical name. That's all I gotta say. It's a biblical name. Uma isn't. But it can, I don't know. Who cares if it's biblical or not? You could still get baptized even though. That was the argument that I had with my grandmother a while ago. Who cares if your name is biblical or not? You can choose to get baptized whenever the hell you want. It's modern Catholicism. Things are not as old-fashioned as they are back in her day. It's a new era. It's the 21st century. In all fairness. I can't fucking stand people. They all had a bunch of BS. Like, one had to go pick up her niece. One had to go pick up her son. Like, I can't fucking do it with moms and the kids in the group project. I can't fucking do it. Because there's so much drama between... I got my own drama. And females and the hormones, man. All of our whole group was females. I got enough of my own estrogen and my own problems that I don't want anymore. I got a sick grandmother at home. I manage a house. I drive here and there because sometimes she can't drive because she's impaired. I got my own schoolwork. I had homework coming out of my ears. I had my own classes. I have my own life. Even I told the whole group, I have a life, you know. And then she said, oh, believe me. One of them said, we have a life too. I'm like, good for you. It was just saying really nicely, back off. I don't want to be associated. And I skipped 3 of the group meetings just to go and hang out with my friends because I didn't care. I felt like that they weren't taking me seriously. I said, all right, if you're not going to take me seriously, then I'm not going to take you seriously. In all fairness. Like, treat me the way how you want to be treated. Do unto others as unto do to you. Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That's my motto. And I don't get mad, I get even. Treat me and treat others the way you want to be treated. Pretty much. And I honestly told them the truth. I said in the group, I feel like none of you are taking me seriously. And then one bitch texted me back, LOL. What the fuck? I knew she was never going to be my friend. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, I was nobody's friend. I wasn't there to back anybody up because they weren't there to back me up. I was there, I took matters into my own hands, and I backed myself up. Because in this world, all you have, guys, is yourself. The sooner you know that, the better off you are. I learned that a little late in life, but I'm glad I did when I did. I started learning that, I think, towards, like, the end of high school. All you have in this world is yourself. Sometimes you don't have your family, but your friends. How do you define friend? Personally, like I said, I think a friend is someone who has your back, who is loyal, respectful, respects your boundaries, and trusts you. Because that trust issues, that trust is what it all comes down to. You don't want to be friends with a snake, because I can smell a snake so far away your head would spin. The minute I get a scent of a snake, I'm out. Yo, I'm out. Like, the fuck? Can you blame me when I sense a little bit of dishonesty or a little bit of fucking toxicity or anybody trying to toy with me? That's what I told my therapist. I even would come out and ask people, are you toying with me or gaslighting me? I was even telling a lady at the dentist that I feel like people just gaslight me or try to gaslight me and try and make me believe something that I saw or I heard wasn't true. And then even some guy in the student center said, okay, Allison, you quote unquote saw it. Like making fun of me. He said, you saw it. And I said, yes, I did. When I see something, I see something. They have cameras. There's cameras all over. There ain't no way in fuck that there are cameras. Not all over the school campus, even outside in my backyard now. I'm pretty sure there's a camera above the sky looking at me right now. Because I learned in law enforcement, there's cameras watching you. There's probably cameras in the lights down there because we have city lights in residential areas. There's cameras in the lights to catch people either speeding or just incidents on the cameras. Even on throughways and highways, there's lights with little cameras to capture pictures of the person's license plate to send them tickets or warrants. In other words, people are watching you 24/7, and if you install a security camera in someone's house or elsewhere, it's illegal. It's called, excuse me, it's called eavesdropping. And in that whole psychology class, it was a psychology class from hell. There was this guy. We'll call him Bob. I have little tics. I would take my hand cream because I have what's it called? Is it psoriasis? Yes, it's psoriasis. It gets so bad in the winter. My skin is dry constantly. In the winter, even in the summer, I would put lotion on my elbows, lotion on my hands, not on my face at school, but all over my body. Some on my arms, some on my hands. He would laugh at me. And then I would even watch him laugh at me and stare. It is rude to stare. And even I would look at him and I said, what? What am I doing that's so entertaining? And even a few times I looked at him with a really dirty look. Like, what? I said to him really angrily, like, I had enough now. And even my professor, she pulled us aside one day and said, listen, I don't know what's going on between the two of you, but it needs to stop because I've gotten complaints. I wanted to tell you, well, listen, bitch, I don't give a fuck how many complaints you got. All I know is that he started with me. And I was even telling somebody, I talked about him behind his back. I said, my psychology professor was complaining about us, and there was complaints about what was going on between me and Bob. And in all fairness, I even told him straight to his face, honey, I don't care. Just don't laugh at me and don't stick your nose in where you don't belong about my ailments and about how I don't even like germs either, because I will take like my Bath and Body Works lotion to school. And I only give my sanitizer and my lotion to people who I fuck with. Because my shit ain't free, man. It's not free. You have to be liked by me in order to get my shit, my trust, my respect. In all fairness, it's not free. My shit ain't free. Can you blame me? Like, I'm not going to give out my shit to people who I don't like, or where I live, etc., etc., etc. He would even laugh at me, and a couple times, like even just earlier, I cough because my throat gets dry. That's probably why I bring liquids. And I'm even surprised that an Arizona tea fits in my valise. Because those cans could be fucking huge. I just bring water, or I bring like, yeah, just water basically, or like sparkling iced water. But tea actually does fit in my valise, like on the side of it where there's a pocket for a drink. In case you want to take water. And God, right now it's hot, and I got a Patrick shirt on. I got this at this little spot in Buffalo. It was called the the cereal spot, yeah. When it used to be open, it shut down like in 2022, like just after COVID. I never liked Bob. And he even one time straight up came up to me and asked me, why don't you like me, Allison? I said, 'cause you're mad disrespectful. You're a fucking smartass. That's why I don't like you, 'cause you're a smartass. And even a few times I said, 'cause he would butt in on my combos, he said, he would put his 2 cents in. Like, I hate when people do that, when they put their 2 cents in. Like, nobody's talking to you. Why do you got to put your 2 cents in? It's not your concern. And then I said to him, I'm not talking to you. And then even people started copying they would steal my lines and say, I'm not talking to you, Allison. And I'm like, okay, good. I don't want you talking to me. Because I told you in the beginning, I don't want to talk to you. And even one girl from our group project said, when I told her I don't care, because she was quote unquote the straight A student, Ellie, she had to go around telling everyone that she was a straight A student. Good for you, bitch. Nobody cares if you're a straight A student. You have to label yourself. I hate when people use their disabilities and their what I call trophies and prized possessions as a way to label themselves. Like, I got a math trophy for algebra, honorable mention in 7th grade. Even honorable mention, that's not that good. It's good, but not that good. It's still something for math. I don't mean to use it to label myself, but in other words, I'm just saying I know my shit. I get what she's trying to say, but she would bring it up over and over and constantly trying to rub it in my face. She made me feel like a piece of shit. So I made her feel like a piece of shit when I said I got a B in psychology, even though it dropped to a D because nobody did the work in the group project. We ended up with a 0 out of 50. And that bitch Cheryl, when I tried saying hello to her, I was a little sarcastic. She gave me the cold shoulder. Next time I see her, I'm going to give her the cold shoulder. I'm going to give her the cold shoulder. That's what I just did to my neighbor after she snitched on me. And that's another story. I didn't say hello to anybody. I'm going to see how she likes it. And I did it to this guy Chase at school. Because he's so fucking annoying. I said he's the one that goes to Taekwondo. He's so annoying. Really. All y'all mad annoying. Like, get off my case. Please. Next semester, get off my case. I don't want to be bothered. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'm going to go with my boyfriends. And I'm going to have as much parties as I fucking want. I can't have my birthday party because according to my nonna, she's getting the bushes trimmed. Let's really see if she is. I canceled my party on purpose just to see if she's either making it up or if she actually is having it trimmed. It's kind of ironic how the guy is coming on the 20th of July to trim the bushes. It's ironic how she made it that day or how he made it that day. It's ironic. Isn't it a little ironic that it's that day where my birthday party was supposed to be? Isn't it a little? It can't fucking be, really. I'll believe it when I see it. I need the proof. Concrete evidence proof. That's just my personality. I'm sorry. It's just my personality. I need to see concrete evidence. Anyways, I said, good for you. Don't care what you have to say about my grade. And she said, don't talk to me for the rest of my life or something, or don't contact me ever again. Thank you. And then I said, wasn't planning on it. No skin off my nose. No skin off my nose pretty much means it doesn't offend or bother me. Like, I would talk to someone who constantly brags about their prized possessions and how they want to feel superior. Like, she kept bringing up, I'm a straight A student. I'm a straight A student. Like, she was too important. I act that way too sometimes. Because I read on an article, How to Get Even with People. That's what it was called, according to WikiHow. Sometimes you just have to stoop down to their level to show them how uncomfortable they make you feel. So you have to just, I guess what that means is repeat their traits and give off the traits they give off to you to make you feel how the way you made, can't speak anymore. To give off the traits that they gave off to you. Do unto others as unto do to you, pretty much. Like, just give off the vibes that they gave off you to show them how they made you feel. I think that's what that means. You stoop down to their level, in other words, to show them how they made you feel. So it was friggin' hell. I felt like I was codependent in that group project. Like, I already have someone, my grandmother, who's codependent enough. I didn't need any more codependency with 3 other people that I didn't even know. And I even was trying to tell them, because I had a question about something, and I said, we need to get this done because 2-3 weeks can fly by. This one fat bitch said, whoa, I don't need an attitude. I wasn't even giving her an attitude, and I confronted her about it, and then she texted back, LOL. Honestly, this year, I feel like I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. It has been a year from hell. And the past year has been nothing but, I even wanted to tell one of my friends, Lewis, he's my good friend, and he's my kind of man. I wanted to tell him, Lewis, this year, and I told most of my friends, has been a waking fucking nightmare. But there's nobody who I would have spent it with other than my 2 best friends. Even my grandmother too, because I gotta hand it to her in some points. Some points I gotta hand it to her. It's just been a waking fucking nightmare. Thank God the group project was over. At least I passed the class. I gotta hand it to my professor for at least passing me. Because I did the majority of the work, of my own work. And I'm pretty sure we all failed, because there's ain't no way in fuck that I just got a 0 out of 50. That would be unfair. I was even going to go to the dean and fight it. But I'm pretty sure they would all bite me in the ass and say she was in school and didn't come to our group meetings. That, I know that in the back of my head. And the reason why I didn't want to go is because I felt disrespected. Where would I would not want to be associated, like I said in my last video, somewhere where I'm not wanted or feel like I'm not wanted. Fuck, man. If I'm not wanted, I'm not wanted. Point blank period. I already feel like I'm not wanted here right now. So I'm not going to go out of my way to feel like I'm not even more not unwanted. Anyway, so I also had a very arrogant professor. One time I tried to ask her a question on when something is due. She did kind of help me just get it all together in my planner because she pulled up the syllabus. Because I did make a mistake on one group, on something that was due. And then I wrote it, and she said, oh my God, because my whole planner was scattered. And she said, how do you keep up with it? I said, oh, I don't know. It's just all scattered. Because I looked at my last year planner. I have to actually buy a new planner. It was a fucking mess. And yes, I cuss. Yes, I fucking cuss. Even that guy, Bob, he said, why do you have to cuss so much? And I said, why don't you mind your own fucking business, I said.